Hey everybody. It's April 16th, 2020. I've still avoided the COVID-19 virus, at least to this point, but oh, I've been wanting to get on here and talk, and I'm telling you, every day there's so much more to think about, and I just I just give up on it. So I haven't done any videos. I mean, I'll do some silly stuff because, I just don't know what to say. But, after yesterday, I really do got to say something. And most of the people that do know me know I'm from Michigan. And if you don't know me, I'm from Michigan. And yeah, I'm kind of ashamed about that right now. Actually, I'm really upset and I don't know. I've been really hashing it over in my head. I don't understand why people went and protested against our governor. I mean, yeah, okay, suppose she's taking our rights away. That's what everybody's saying. We're not allowed to buy seeds, and well, my wife and I are essential workers, so we've got to be where we're at, and we got to go to the store and everything. And I live in a real small town. I mean, real small, like, really, like rural. And, one person said that. What? You can't buy seeds? You can't buy that? Well, Governor Gretchen Whitmer, she said that. She says only essentials, only medicine, doctors, and going to the store. And what happened was that, there was a lot of young people, teenagers, from what I understand, that were thinking it was a big joke and, going around sneezing and coughing and acting crazy. Like, you're not supposed to go anywhere. So they're going and hanging out like in Meijer and Walmart and places like that because they didn't have no place. Well, so she said only essentials. And those places started roping off the other goods other than food and whatnot. And, she was like, yeah, that you don't need to be buying, paint and all this kind of crap. You just, only time you need to go out is to go get that. Now, she wasn't saying you're not allowed to buy paint, and she did not say you're not allowed to buy seeds. And if people would have looked into this shit, they would have, if you read the executive order, you can pull it up and read it. And I have shitty internet, but I can still pull that up. I'll go to the park and read it because I don't want to sit around saying a bunch of stupid shit online and not know what I'm talking about. Seriously, it's embarrassing. I've watched a few, oh my God, some people, I can't even say anything to them because it's just, I'm like, whoa, I thought you had it. And now you're just like, dude, fell right through the hole. It's like, no. So I want to get my facts straight, okay, before I say a bunch of shit. Unlike our president, who, yeah. But it's not just him. It's a lot of them, I found out a lot of things recently watching, like the Euro News, which is, it's a little different take on what's going on. And actually, you watch some of those presidents and leaders of those countries speak to their people, and it's a whole lot different tone, and it's a whole lot, a whole lot of, I'm sorry, almost, like, Trump's on there. We got the best medical. We've done this. We've done more tests. We've done, that shit, that is such a lie, okay? We have a huge country, You know, I think 328 million people or something. Maybe I'm wrong, I don't know, but there's a lot. And we've tested like 3 million people, which is really good. But we've been at it for like 2 months, supposedly, month and a half. Okay, so no, that ain't great. You know, we've got, you know, what do we hear about on the news every day, all day long? If it ain't for the 2 hours that he gets on there and campaigns himself and you know, takes his frustration out on the reporters, and you know, I mean, it says he's all powerful, you know. Whatever bottle he, like, somebody's rubbing a bottle, he's like the genie. You know, what is, I mean, seriously, this is not, it's not funny. It's fucking terrifying, really. I mean, you know, he thinks that he can just do whatever. And, you know, even some of the things he's saying is just like it's almost an obvious mental health issue. You know, aside the fact that he's just an asshole, he's got mental health problems, obviously. It's the biggest example of a narcissist, I mean, that I've ever seen. I mean, and, you know, this thing about, you know, please, I want, you know, not please, I don't think he says please to anyone, but he wants his name put on the check so that people will think he's giving us this money. This ain't his money, okay? He's already used up that money. This is monopoly money, at least in my opinion, okay? Because I can't figure out how, if we got like a $6 trillion deficit where we had this $2 trillion to, like, just pass out, you know? That means we're like $8 trillion. I mean, there's not even enough gold to cover that, from what I understand. So basically, this idea is, I'll print up a whole bunch of fake money and give it to all these people, all the poor people, and they'll spend it really fast, and then they're gonna all die anyway, and it'll just be mine. And you know, people look at me like I'm crazy when I say that. Well, you know what? I'm up in northern Michigan, and people do think I'm crazy for thinking that, because I'll tell you what, there's some backwards people up here. And I've been trying to figure out how I can, you know, explain this. I mean, it's embarrassing. For one, okay, so everybody went down to land, not everybody, but a whole bunch of these Yoopers and a bunch of people, you know, these, you know, I call them hicks, rednecks, whatever. You know, that's probably wrong too. I don't know. And that might be a slip. I don't know. Anyways, whatever. White people that don't like anything but conservative stuff, and like they'll drink beer and beat their wives all fucking weekend and go to church on Sunday, and you know, just, and vote just like their dad did, and their dad did, and their dad did, and their dad did, you know. And I don't think they really, a lot of them probably, I mean, I really just don't think a lot of them even pay that much attention to it. I mean, a lot of the men I've seen up here, I mean, they're one extreme or the other, you know. And I mean, I shouldn't, you know, see, I'm doing it too, you know. I'm like, they're all like this or this, but, you know, they're just uninformed, for one, and uninterested. Okay, and you know, not very compassionate, and a lot of them, I just don't think they understand the whole thing. I mean, or if they do, you know, and I keep thinking, if you guys all really understand what you're doing right now, you know, fuck you. But I don't think that they all do. I think that they're just, I don't know, uninformed. I hate that. I can't, you know, I know people, they read one thing, it doesn't matter if it came up on TikTok, you know what I'm saying? So I seen President Trump and he did this and that, or I seen, Obama, terrible Obama, him, that old, terrible Obama, that fucking, you know, organized the pandemic coalition that he threw out along with the global warming and all that kind of crap. And check out what the Europeans are saying. Part of the reason that he's mad at the WHO is because they wouldn't call it the Chinese virus. No shit. But it was a GL34. I can't really remember what it was, but he was ticked. And he held money back from them because they would refuse to call it and he thinks he can just flip everybody's money around and bribe and do all these things. I mean, he got away with it pretty much with Ukraine, and he's doing the same thing with everyone else. I mean, I wonder if half those people even realized that he intercepted 2 deliveries of personal protection equipment that Gretchen Whitmer ordered. He was mad because she wasn't gracious. That woman from Michigan, and she didn't stop. She kept getting a hold of him, like, dude, we need this stuff. We need it. Cuomo, he was asking for, a lot of ventilators. And I mean, Trump was like basically making fun of that. Okay. But I think it's because that guy knew that we're going to need them all over this country. Hopefully if it dies down in New York, we're not going to, he won't need them all there. But he's trying to get it out of them because you can tell the dude genuinely cares about, he's not campaigning. He's already the governor there, and that's all he wants to be. Okay. And he cares. That's his city. He grew up there. Trump don't give a shit about that. Except, unless it would happen to him or whatever. He's worried about his money, or the money that he's trying to hurry up and get his shit together and get back here so that he can win this kingdom. I mean, this is the thing about being informed too, like, I don't know if those dudes knew that we have got absolutely no help from the federal government in Michigan. In fact, he's intercepted several orders that's been placed. He outbid them and canceled the second time, had FEMA outbid them. And finally, Gretchen, digging through what she could find, did her own executive orders to employ some of FEMA and some of the troops and whatnot to try to get some of this stuff done. That was not Trump, okay? He ain't done anything for Michigan. Not one thing. You can't even get him to talk about Michigan. And if he does, it's not in a very nice way. I mean, Cuomo and Gavin, the guy in, I mean, those guys are like, hey, we ain't opening our stuff. We're not going to, they're the ones right in the middle of it. They're watching people die, okay? Michigan, we don't hear too much about this shit, but we got it bad. And if you go to the Center for Disease Control or just the worldwide meter, you can see exactly how many deaths, how many tests, how many people died from COVID-19, and how many people just died that day. on average, Michigan loses about 220 people a day for all causes. Okay. About 98,000 in a year. Okay. Our country loses about 2.8, or they did last year, which was up about 25,000, but 2.8 million, okay, a year from all causes. Okay. Normally, Michigan has 197 or 1,900 and some, right around there, of the 98,000 in a year that's caused from pneumonia. There's a lot from cancer and heart disease and a few others, but actual pneumonia, the flu is around, about 160, 100, it just depends. I think there was more last year, maybe 190 or something people died last year with the flu, but 25,000 extra people died in the country, so. But there is, in the last 60 days, I went to look at these other countries that, not other countries, other states, and to see what the death toll for all causes were. And then, compared it to COVID. Well, it was interesting to find that Texas had only 114, I believe, deaths recorded that had died from COVID. But since February 2nd, in 2 months' time till now, 54,000 other people died from other causes. Okay. Same in Mississippi. Same in Georgia. Same in Florida. And just right down the line, Louisiana, Oh, we've done so many tests. You know what? Michigan really has done probably, we're probably right up there with California and New York, in per capita. We've been trying to take as many tests as we can, we didn't have any drive-through tests until Gretchen, that they're protesting, got 13, I think, now in the state. She got that organized. She's done a lot, man, seriously, for not having any federal help, So anyways, everybody went down and protested. Lined up bumper to bumper, getting out of their cars, taking pictures of themselves, their friends, they're at the Capitol building. Nobody's there, okay? It's closed. She said protest if you got to. That's their right? Because they're saying she's taking our right. We can't buy seeds. You can buy seeds. You can buy them offline. You can buy flooring. You can buy anything you want offline from Walmart. You go pick it up. They just wrote that shit off because they didn't want people going through the stores in crowds like these kids that were coughing and pretending to be sick, but, they could have been sick, touching everything. And, it could be just that little old lady that don't even watch the news, or if she does watch news, she can't hear it, going through there, pick up a jug of laundry soap after some kid hocked on it or something, and go home and die from it. Because you know what they found out today? You're most contagious if you're not showing symptoms. Honest to God. I woke up this morning, I was like, what now? People are going in with the weirdest kind of pain. You know, my legs, I'm having cramps in my legs. Oh, God, could never. And it is. They're testing positive. They tested a good share of pregnant women that were going in, no sickness, no COVID, you know, or COVID, whatever, corona. And they just randomly test them. They went in to have babies. 15% of them all tested positive, and none of them had a symptom, weren't sick. Okay, so how many people really have this? Okay. You know, I started wearing a mask before they said it was a good idea to, just because I didn't want to cough on someone else. You know, oh, we're going to get the antibodies, and that doesn't always fix it. In Singapore, they closed up the country. They let them go, you know, let things go. And it was really, they did have it pretty good. And it started going under, you know, they're still under some control. But 119 people that already had the virus caught it again. So antibodies, you know, we don't know how much antibodies you have to build. You know, we have to probably, get a vaccine, my guess would be is that you would somehow build a synthetic mimic of the antibodies and or something, because I don't, you know, kind of creepy, like, if you give blood you could save this person. I mean, don't that sound like a movie, like The End of Time, like, you know, and then pretty soon it's like only the blood from your brains, you know. Like I said yesterday, no shit, man. If I had to survive in Michigan, the only way I could do it is eat somebody's brains. I'd fucking starve to death, because none of them got brains, okay? I mean, I probably don't either. I hope not, because I want nobody eating what little bit I do have. I'm sure it's kind of tough on one side anyway. But no, seriously though, this is, you know, information, okay? Information is so important, and I think it's just so much going on. People are like, I don't want no more information. I'm just going to go like this. I'm going to stick by what I did. I voted for him. I thought he was going to do something. I'm going to stick by it. Don't matter if he kills anybody. You know, it's just only killing black people and poor people and people down in inner cities that don't have cars and have to ride the bus and, you know, have the jobs that pay jack shit, and, you know, they can't, and they got their lights shut off, their fucking gas shut off, their water shut off and all that. You know, that's only them. I mean, there's literally signs like low incomers spread virus or some shit. It's like, what is that, your new racial slur? Because it doesn't matter, you know, and if they, I mean, flat out, you want to think it's a black person's disease? You are so foolish. You know, and they had Confederate rebel flags and shit down there in Lansing. Come on, man. Can't people just get over this and stop fucking hating people for shit? For no fucking reason? I mean, if you're pissed, all right? Everybody's a little pissed. We don't want to die. We're scared. Really, you got to point a finger at someone? And this is the oldest bullshit. Oh, we got to get the kids back in the schools. We got to get them back in the school. And we'll teach them what? Teach them this same fucking hateful ass fucking shit? None of that. I mean, it should be a disgrace. People should feel disgraced for the fucking good old days that people want to go back to. This is a horrible thing to see, you know. I mean, ignoring it isn't going to make it go away. Might make you go away. Might make somebody you care about go away. You know. Like, basically saying that people that are, you know, and what's really even sick about it is like some of these, you know, like skinheads and shit are all about, you know, it's just like purging the fucking trash in this world. Oh my God. And you know, I know that there's a lot of people that went there that didn't feel that way. But if you lay down with the dogs, you get up with the fleas. That's all I can fucking say. I would never stand beside that mentality. But people were. Yeah, we all got a right to say something. But be informed. You know? Maybe I like her, maybe you don't. And I guess that's okay. Should be okay. But when it turns into an attempt to really hurt someone, or a total disregard for their safety, or, I mean, that's wrong. You can say you don't agree with someone, but is it really, did it have to go that far to deliberately defy, you know? And that's why I get so mad about Trump, you know, getting up there and saying such lies, because, you know, people are busy, especially a lot of these people that went down there. They work, they want to go back to work. They're construction workers and everything else. And maybe some of those jobs, you know, I think if we actually had the testing, yeah, give them a test, let them go back to work if they want to. They're not like right up in each other's face. They're building roofs and shit, you know? Wear masks. You know, take your temperature. Don't go back if you're sick. You know, if one person gets sick, take 14 days off and then come back. Seriously. You know, there's a way. There is a way. But you got to be informed. You know, you got to be informed by more than one person. It's like the people that preach and tell you, well, that's not what's in God's word. That's not what's in God's word. Do you know how many books were written before the Bible? And a whole lot of them had a lot of the same things in it, too. There was a lot. It's not the good old days anymore, where you could just get your paper once a week and trust your government to take and do what it was supposed to do. This is a whole different kind of people now, you know? I don't expect this country to be anything like it is right now when this is over. I think it's going to be a whole hell of a lot more like what Bernie Sanders wants, really. Because, I mean, think about this. They're giving people $600 more than what they would be making on unemployment every week. To someone that has lived in poverty, I mean, you know, I'm I mean, I've had my gas shut off, my water shut off. I've been evicted. I've lost jobs. I've been through that. I mean, I've been down. About the only thing that's held me up is my white privilege, honestly. And if you want to get pissed about that, oh, go ahead. Because it's just a fucking fact, okay? And it's not what 99% of the white people think it is either. So, if you really want to know what it is, you should... I wouldn't ask a black person if you don't want a real answer. But seriously, it's... Anyways, to hell with all that. These people feel invincible because they see some clown up there fucking telling them that they can be invincible. You can do this, you can do that, we can do this, we can do that. And they don't, they're stubborn. They don't want to say, okay, he might be wrong. Oh, he might be lying. Plus, then it would have to be looking for information, trying to have to argue with somebody. He don't want to do that shit. He just wants to drink a couple beers and fucking watch some fucking sports, A lot of them. A lot of the guys up here, I mean, after they work and stuff. And I mean, and then some of these people, though, they won't let us plant seeds. Motherfuckers never even grew a garden before, half of them. But, okay, whatever you want to find to fight about, I guess, it's too bad that you being uninformed really put a lot of people in danger. And, probably is going to spread this damn virus, I mean, it's funny too, because like people that own houses downstate and up here, man, here they were like, you get out of my town, you can't come back here. I mean, they fucking own that house. They can go there if they want to. And no kidding, I mean, I'm not trying to be funny, but if that shit would have started and I would have been living down by, Muskegon or, big city, Detroit, Grand Rapids, whatever, man, fucking right. If I had a house up here, I'd come up here. I'm in a pretty good, aside from the fact that, I am in a huge house full of people, we're doing foster care. So, there's 15 other people here besides us. So, but they've been behaving themselves and not really going anywhere. So we're all kind of safe like that. But, I do have to go to the store and, I wear a mask and I'm trying to do my best to not infect anyone, because from the sounds of it, there's a lot of people that have it and we should act like we have it. But, I just can't imagine going down there and stomping my feet and raising all this hell and trying to, and it honestly, it makes me sad that people believe Donald Trump when it's just over and over and over. He lies, he's cheated, he lies, he bribes people, he blackmails people. He's a gangster, man. He's a criminal. Rudy Giuliani, come on. I mean, come on, that's not good. Do I think all the Democrats are good? Fuck no, they're all making money. And if they were good, they would have done something to stop him. Somebody needs to, because he's going to kill people. He's already killed people. But that's cool, because Putin could kill people. And Kim Jong-un, he killed his brother. And boy, he's a great guy. He loves his people, Yeah, I think he's a North Korea. I think he's the dude that sent us this Christmas present myself, but, you know, I don't have the information, so I'm not going to spread that. Just my opinion, you know. But, man, people, be safe. This is real, okay? People are dying. I've had friends that I know on the internet, and I know a couple people that are sick with it. Some's died. You know, it's real. You know, these people gridlocked the streets and blocked Sparrow Hospital, blocked the shift change, blowing their horns with sick people laying in there. Like, they really want, man, have some consideration. You know, at least know what the fuck you're doing before you go down there and trying to raise a bunch of hell, because I don't think they really did. And they might not find that out. I'm going to say it'd be about a month. And these little fucking hick towns and these little doctors' clinics, they're gonna be real busy. And the funeral homes ain't gonna be able to keep up with this shit. You know, there's a lot of cover-ups going on. A lot. And I'm not gonna go into like it all like it's some kind of big conspiracy theory. Look the shit up. Instead of watching Fox News one night, please just go and look some things up. Or at least watch a different channel that isn't owned by fucking the Republican Party or Donald Trump or some other gangster. You know? Watch that Euro News. That's pretty interesting, because why would they lie to us? You know, they ain't even talking to us. They might talk about us. You know, we're not in a very good place. People don't like being bullied, you know. And we don't like it either, but he just keeps doing it. I mean, this shit here, I want my name on them checks. You know, they're holding up checks for people so that they can put his name on it. Why does Baby Donald get everything Baby Donald wants? Because they're all guilty of something really big. You know, are they going to zip off their suits and they're all going to be fucking Godzilla-looking lizards standing there? What? You know, something's going on. He's a man. You know, why? I mean, honestly, if we were just about this much more barbaric, or half as barbaric as these fucking fools, and maybe twice as barbaric as these fools were that went down to the Capitol yesterday, and some of them, not all, but some of them, you know, they would have walked up there and ripped his ass down, took him out, and did a public stoning or something, you know. I mean, like I don't. It's frustrating.